Hi, I'm Noah Hoffman, and this is my first ever unscripted video. I'm doing something a little bit different today. This past weekend was San Diego Comic-Con, and a lot of really crazy stuff was revealed or we got trailers for. And something that I am most excited for that got a trailer was Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2. I'm a huge fan of the entire Riordanverse. I have all the books, all the companion books, I have everything. I love this awesome world Rick Riordan has created, and I'm so pumped that he gets to tell the story he wanted to tell in live action in a TV show because those movies were just really, really bad.
You're on the losing side. Not from where I stand.
I did have a couple of problems with season 1. The episodes were too short, the pacing was a little off, and I didn't like how they knew about all the monsters before they got there. But that doesn't mean I didn't like the show as a whole. I thought the entire show was awesome. It was a great representation of this world that we've come to love so much in the books. And I just can't wait for season 2. And I thought since I have such a good knowledge about Percy Jackson, I would go through the second trailer and break it down and see what I can find inside of it. Before we get going, subscribe! I've never done that before, but I recently just got monetized, and I really want to see how far I can take this YouTube thing, so please subscribe and watch my other videos if you like this one.
A great stirring is underway.
I really am curious to see what these first two clips are because, like, there's no point in the book where we see all these demigods marching on, and I want to say that this is Percy. This is either Percy or Luke right here in the middle because of the sword. Obviously, they are the center focus of this shot. But so there's either some sort of battle that we don't get to see in the book, or this is some sort of capture the flag moment. I don't know. Yeah.
A great stirring is underway. War is inevitable.
So those shots are very interesting. I mean, we can kind of just point to exactly where they are. I'm pretty sure that this is Percy on Blackbeard's ship. I'm going to guess he's looking at the sirens or something here because you can kind of see it looks pretty wooden around it. This could be the center mast right here. So I'm pretty sure, I'm going to guess he's looking at the sirens here. And then with Annabeth here, I think she's probably looking at either Scylla or Charybdis on Clarice's ship. It looks a little more metal and stuff like that, but it also could be wood. So maybe she's also just looking at the sirens. I don't know.
War is inevitable.
And those two shots of Grover, I wonder if Grover is going to have a bigger part of the second book because he's not really in much of it. I wonder if there's going to be a B plot of Grover going on an adventure. He's not just stuck in Polyphemus's cave the entire time, because and especially because we get to see, maybe this is just like the opening. Maybe this is what's replacing his Florida scene. I don't know. I love that we get to see Luke stab the tree. I wonder where it's going to be put in the show because we don't see it happening. So is this going to be like the opening shot of maybe Percy's having a dream of Luke doing this, or is this going to be kind of like a flashback when Luke finally admits that he did it? I really like how they just put Luke in the athletic, kind of like rich asshole kid looking, like sweatpants and sweatshirt. It really gets the point across about his big flip that he does, because in the second book, right, he's wearing like the boating attire and he looks like this stuck up rich kid, and I'm getting the same vibes with this outfit, so I really like that. Obviously, this is Clarice, and it looks like she's not going to be partnering with dead Confederate soldiers in this one. I mean, that guy is obviously not a Confederate, which I find a little bit interesting because do people not like that part of the books? I don't really know. But I never thought it was super problematic because it was like, yeah, they lost that war, and so they're not good people. They lost the war, but they owe Ares this debt, so they're helping out Clarice. I never thought that was problematic, but maybe they just didn't want that in the Disney Plus show, and I kind of get that.
There are forces more powerful than the will of the gods, my son.
So there's a lot of really good stuff right there. I mean, we start. This is probably when Annabeth gets hit in the head by Polyphemus, and she's knocked down. They have to use the Golden Fleece to save her. And then we got just him look like he's waking up from a dream, and then we get the chariot race. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the chariot race. It's gonna be so awesome. I mean, we can see it after the birds attack, but I mean, look at that set. Look at the statue, all of the pantheon. Uh, it's gonna be so cool. I cannot wait for the race. After that, we get obviously like if you've read the book, you know exactly what scene this was, and I just feel like that's so awesome. I love Lin Manuel Miranda as Hermes. He did a phenomenal job. He is Hermes. Like it's crazy how they got him, and so I mean, it's crazy that you can get to see this exact scene in the books. And then we get our first shots of Polyphemus. It looks like I'm gonna guess that's Polyphemus, and then we get a closer one right here. We never get to see his face. But I just find that really intriguing. I can't wait to see what he looks like.
Brace yourself, Perseus.
There's a couple of things here, right? This is obviously a continuation of the dream he had in season one, where it looked like Kronos was like coming into the cabin. And I'm wondering because this is a dream that he does not have in the books, and if it is going to be a recurring dream throughout the seasons, I wonder if this is big spoilers for where the series goes. If at one point he takes his hood down and it's Luke underneath there because Luke becomes Kronos. That would be a crazy twist for this dream if it is going to be a reoccurring dream. And then we've this entire time the trailer's been going on, we get this talking from Poseidon, which is interesting because Percy does not talk to Poseidon in the second book, but that last line of "brace yourself" is said. Right? Because sadly I have the movie cover. This is the first Percy Jackson book I ever got, and I actually read it before the first one. I got it as like a school event, so I didn't know anything about it. So I do have the movie cover, sadly. But in the book, right, we get the line "brace yourself" when Percy is having a dream. Yeah. Then my dream changed. I was following Poseidon to the bottom of the sea. Blah blah blah. I see my dad, Poseidon. I look into his tan, withered face, his deep green eyes, and he spoke two words: "Brace yourself." So I wonder if all of this talking that Poseidon is doing, is actually just going to take place at the end in this dream, and he's not actually going to talk to Poseidon and the rest of the show, just like the book. And it's just a continuation of seeding these things that Rick did not seed. Like Poseidon is saying, "Yes, war is coming, Percy," at the end of this book to set up for the future. And I wonder if that's this going to be, instead of like this monologue that Poseidon. It kind of makes it feel like Poseidon is doing this monologue to Percy earlier on in the book, and I wonder if it's just going to be at the very end.
Look, Peter, we all know that last year you did something cool. But honestly, I don't even remember what it was.
I love. Oh my gosh, Jason Mantzoukas is the perfect Mr. D. Oh my gosh, I love him. Everything he's in. I mean, he's great in Invincible, R.I.P. Rex. He's great in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Oh, I love him. But we also get. I'm going to guess that this is Tantalus. I don't really keep up on the behind the scenes of different shows that I love because I love being surprised by them when it comes out. So I don't look at like I don't pay a super big attention to castings or behind the scenes photos. So I don't know what who Tantalus's actor is, but I'm gonna guess that's him, and that's a very interesting take on Tantalus. I would have imagined him a lot skinnier, but I get that's hard to do with an actor. So I mean, he looks like he's gonna kill the role if that is him.
Cool. But honestly, I don't even remember what it was.
There's a couple of interesting things there, right? I'm gonna guess this is the lifeboat after the Princess Andromeda, though it is a kind of a crazy lifeboat. But I don't know what lifeboats look like on cruise ships because I've never been on one. So this could be it. I love the scenery in the background. This shot looks phenomenal, by the way. There's some really nice looking shots in this trailer. It looks awesome. And then we get this shot of Grover, which is interesting, and this is another thing that points to him having more of a role because I don't know who these people are. That's not Percy, obviously, and that's no one we know. I wonder. I do know that there are going to be some new characters that aren't in the books in this season. I think they're on Luke's side, but I wonder if this is them for some reason, and Grover gets mixed up with them, and that will be part of his storyline. I don't know, and because we also get this shot, and I can't. That looks like it's like a tentacle, right? I thought it was a tail at first, but it looks like it's a tentacle. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think in the second book there is a tentacle monster at any point. So yeah, this I can't wait to see what Grover's storyline is because I don't recognize any of it from the book, so I can't wait for that.
We're headed into the sea of monsters. You sure you're okay?
This is very interesting, right? This fight scene between the two of them. Obviously, it's just practice, but I mean, what this is this fire in the background, and then there's this like sailor here. I wonder if this is going to be after the Hydra attack, because I can't think of anything else this would be. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But going back a little bit farther, I don't know why Percy's standing on the edge of the ship. Maybe he's trying to quell the waves here. I can't figure out which ship this is. Yeah, I cannot tell if this is Clarice's ship or Blackbeard's ship that they stole. Oh my gosh. There's no shots of it in this trailer, but oh, Cersei's Island is going to be so cool. I cannot wait. Yeah, I can't tell what ship this is. I'm going to guess that he's staying on the edge to try to like quell the waves, but I don't know.
Monsters. You sure you're okay to do this?
There's a lot of really quick shots there that are all really crazy. So, I mean, we get this is another sign pointing to this not going to be Confederates because I don't know. Actually, I don't know what Confederate outfits look like at all. So, I mean, this could be the Confederates. I don't know, but obviously this is Clarice's crew.
You okay to do
And then we have Percy looking out of the side of Clarice's ship.
this?
And then we got that quick shot of Grover. He's just playing his pan flute. Then we get this shot. This is what makes me think that shot at the beginning of all of the demigods walking through the mist is going to be some sort of battle that takes place. I'm going to guess that there is a couple of other things because if we go a little bit further, we see Luke and Percy fighting while Percy is holding the golden fleece, which this doesn't happen in the book because Percy gives the golden fleece to Clarice right away, and then when he fights Luke on the Princess Andromeda, obviously he doesn't have it because he gave it to Clarice. So I wonder, they changed the ending at somewhere because of this, and then this battle. I wonder if they're on the Princess Andromeda, go sailing back to Camp Half-Blood for some reason. I don't know. I really don't know, and I'm really excited to find out because I don't mind changes. I'm actually writing a script. It's not going to come out for a while, but I don't mind changes from the source material as long as those changes are good. Right? Some changes that were not as great from the last season was just them knowing about Medusa before they went in, knowing about the Lotus Casino before they went in, knowing about Krusty before they went in. Those aren't great changes because I feel like they take away the tension, but changing like the finale in a way that keeps it exciting and fresh for fans who have read the books, I think is really, really good. And then we get this shot of the Oracle, which is interesting because we don't see the Oracle at all in this book because Clarice goes to get the prophecy, so that's interesting. And I wonder if we'll follow Clarice a little bit more. And then, look at this cufflinks, by the way. So those are the same cufflinks. So this is Luke slamming down on Percy, is what it looks like. Probably at this final battle, and this trident. I wonder if this is Tyson. I wonder if this is Tyson coming in to block the blow to help Percy fight Luke, which would be very interesting and very fun.
Let's go do the impossible.
And I don't know what boat this is. I'm going to guess this is Blackbeard's ship because of all the wood, but I don't know. But it's very interesting. This could be after the siren attack, with the siren part, because after that Annabeth would be really down and not feeling as great, so Percy can give her this pep talk to get her back on her feet so they can go beat Polyphemus. So yeah, that's my assumption of what this is, but once again, who knows? The the more I look at this, the more I kind of like it, because I think there's been a lot of discussion online the past couple of days about just how hard it is to do a Cyclops. But it's not impossible. I thought this guy from Fallout looked pretty good, which does have a couple of differences, mainly his eyebrow, where he has two, where Tyson here only has one. But I love the actor who's playing Tyson. I think he looks great. So yeah, I'm also not gonna really judge the CGI before the whole show comes out, just because they work on the CGI up until the show is released. So there's not much of a point, I think, in trying to judge that too much. But what's I think is very interesting is they've changed where the last Langstragonian giants fight them, because in the book they fight the Percy and Tyson fight the Langstragonian giants in school during dodgeball, which is such a fun scene, and it's kind of making me a little bit sad that it looks like they're fighting them in the forest, probably outside Camp Half Blood, which I wonder if they're going to take the place of the bulls, and then there's not going to be a dodgeball fight, which I think is really sad if that is the case. Um, and because I really like both the dodgeball scene and the bulls, so to get kind of both of them mixed together, I'm not a super big fan of. But once again, I have no idea, so we'll see how it plays out.
What?
So this is your boyfriend, huh?
I never said boyfriend. I never said boyfriend.
I believe you.
Oh, the Grey Sisters are gonna be so much fun. Oh, and the two of them, they're playing off of each other so well, Annabeth and Percy, and the Grey Sisters. Oh, they look awesome, and I love how they got what's her name? Kristen Schaal, I want to say. She plays what Mabel in Gravity Falls, and she's in Bob's Burgers, and she's just so her voice is so recognizable, and I love her so much. So it's awesome to see her in this role in the Percy Jackson universe. Yeah, Kirsten Sachal. Yeah, I love her. She's in a lot of things. She's great. So I can't wait to see where this season goes. The Sea of Monsters is probably my least favorite book, but it looks like it's going to be really well done in live action, and I just cannot wait. I can't see what changes they make. I can't wait to see what stays the same and how these characters grow and how this world grows. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the future, and I'm so happy that we've already gotten a season 3 confirmation. And we already have the D'Angelo siblings cast. It's the world of Percy Jackson is gonna continue to do so well in live action, and I cannot wait for the future. That's all I got. I should have another like full length scripted video coming out this week. So if you want to see that, it's about K-pop demon hunters a little bit, kind of a little bit. They're mentioned. Subscribe.